Hi everyone, if you struggle putting on false eyelashes, then do I have a video for you. I'm going to show you two different ways that you can apply them. The first is a very easy way, however, the lashes end up looking like you have on false eyelashes. The second way is even way easier and your lashes come out looking very natural instead. So if you want to learn how I apply my false eyelashes, then just keep watching. Alright, so I'm going to show you two different ways that you can put on false eyelashes. But before we get started, let me tell you what you need. You will need a pair of scissors. You will need some sort of tweezers. So I have several different types that I use just because I've collected them, and different ones do different things for me. You'll also need some lash adhesive. I suggest that you go with a white one that dries clear. And the reason I suggest that over the black is when you are starting out doing lashes, it's very easy to accidentally get glue all over your lid or your lower lash line, anywhere else, and you don't want that big glob of black glue stuck on there, because then when you try and take it off, you're going to ruin all your makeup and you're never going to get all the glue off. So I like the clear. Just my preference. And of course you are going to need some sort of eyelashes. This is a small fraction of the different types of lashes. I have 1, 2, 3 drawers full of lashes, plus what I have hiding over here. But when it comes down to it, these are actually my favorite, and I've mentioned these before. I get these off of Amazon, and it's just about $1 a package, and you get 5 pairs in here, which are reusable, by the way, and then you pay like $1 shipping. So love these. I love how natural they look, believe it or not. When you look at these, I'll turn it the other way so you can see better. They may look a little intimidating, but when I get these on and you see them, you will see how natural they look. For another type of lash that I like, the number is the 747S's. Red Cherry carries these. These are by Cara, so you can get these for $1 each off of Shop Miss A when they have them in stock. Again, this is another very natural looking lash, and I like it because it also has that thin band on it too. Let's see if we can focus here or not. Okay. So when I talk about a thin band, let me show you these House of Lashes one, and that'll help you understand a little better. If you've never bought false eyelashes, tried them before, this is what a thick band looks like. So do you see how along here, how that strip is very thick compared to, say, these that have really nothing showing? That band is going to definitely show up along your lash line compared to these. So that's why I suggest don't start out with something like this until you get really comfortable doing them, because those are going to frustrate the heck out of you. But what I'm going to use today are these. The other thing that you are going to need is a lot of patience. It takes practice. Hopefully after watching what I do today and practicing a couple of times, you'll have it down just like that, because I'm going to show you the simple way to do it and the super simple way to do it. So let's get started. What I want to do is take my lashes, and for some reason I always start with the right eye, and then I just gently pull along here and just remove it. So it's got a little sticky glue on that. And let me hold that up there so you can see what I'm talking about. Hopefully it'll focus here. You see that white adhesive as I just dropped it there? Probably shows better on this end. It's sticking to me. Can you see it there? Anyway, you want to kind of pull that stuff off, because that's just going to be an extra glob of stuff that's going to be along your lash line. So be very, very careful. And I just simply grab onto the lashes themselves with my nail, or you can use your tweezers. Just take off any big chunks. Now the other thing you'll notice is at the beginning and the end of these, hopefully we can focus in and see this. There's this extra little teeny length of the lash band, and I'm going to trim those off. So it's literally just a fraction there. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is know how much of the lash you need to trim off. So normally what you do is you take the lash and you just simply lay it along your lash line. And then you can see how much you need to cut off. Now, don't bring these down. You want to end right where your lash line is and maybe just a little bit up, because if you bring it down, what that's going to do is bring your whole eye down and make you look sad and droopy. So you want these to be upright, and you don't want these lashes coming out that way or coming down. You want them to go more towards the angle of your brow. So just like you would follow along with the wing liner, if that makes sense. Now I know from wearing these enough how much I need to trim off my eyelashes. So I cut right there, and then that's what I have to work with. So you always cut off from the outer edge too, not the inner one, and that's because, we hold this up again, you can see the inside lashes are a lot shorter than the outside ones. So if I were to cut off those inside ones, all of a sudden I would have these big, long, weird-looking lashes right on the inside corner, which, if we did this backwards, you could see that when I raised my eye up, that would be really long and interfere with my vision and everything else. So just your natural lashes go from shorter to longer as we go on. So let's work on the hard way today. I'm going to take the Revlon Precision Clear. You can get this at pretty much any drugstore. And it has a wand applicator. And basically what you want to do is put enough glue on this that is the same width of that band. Except for on the outer edges, you want to add just a teeny bit more so that those will adhere. So just an even amount, like so. And then we need to allow this to start drying and getting tacky. And what I like to do at this point is take my tweezers, and I'm going to start with my angled ones, and just simply hold on to it. Now I happen to have a fan right here, so I can hold it in front of the fan, but instead of making you wait for 45 seconds or so, let me just let this get tacky, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I've had a chance for the glue to get tacky, and I can tell because it starts to actually change color a little bit. So it goes from the white to more of a clear color, and that means it's good and tacky. If you try and do this when it's still too wet, it's not going to stick to your eye, and you're going to have it just slide around, and you're going to get frustrated. So what we're going to do now is take this lash and come straight down with my eye open and go right along my lash line with that, and tack that into place really good. Then, oops, I want to take the tip of my tweezers and come over to this side and anchor that end piece down really good. And then go back and do the inside. I kind of brought it a little bit too far to the inside. I'm going to give it a little tug here. Okay, so got the lash in place. And what I want to do now is just take a different pair of tweezers because I don't like to get the glue on these. And I take the end of it and I just gently push it down. It's still really tacky, so I don't really want to touch it a lot because I risk having the lash get stuck to the end of the tweezer and pull back off again. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a little bit before I come back to it, because I want to then go back and really press them together. So I'm going to give it about another 30 seconds or so, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've had time for that to dry. So the next step I want to do is I want to take, and I like to use my angle tweezers for this one, and I hold it in the direction that the angle is going. I start from the inside and work towards the middle, and then I turn them around and I work from the outside going back towards the middle. And this is where you're going to be really careful, but don't worry, you will not poke your eye out, is you just simply go right along your eyelid line there, right where we have the glue, and gently press those together. So you're pressing that band right onto your lash line. Now, if you have long nails like I do, you can use your nails. I don't like to do that because then I get glue all over it. So by pressing it down like that, that's really hooked it to my lashes and I don't have to worry about it lifting. If you do have a corner that lifts, depending on how comfortable you feel, you can gently hold it up in place, put a little more glue on, let that get tacky again, and then reattach it. Or again, just rip it off and start all over again. So let me show you now, because I've gone ahead and I have pressed that down. I'm going to close my eye. I'm going to zoom you in and close my eye and show you what that band now looks like right along my lash line. Okay, so now that I'm zoomed in, I'm going to close my eye here, and you can see that for the most part, you really can't see that band. But you do see a little bit of it both on the inside here as well as on the outside. So if I want to camouflage that, I can do one of two things. I can either take just a black eyeshadow and go along with one of my angled brushes, like so, and then just gently go right along that lash part. You don't want to do this with your eye closed though, because if you do that, trust me, you're going to get that black eyeshadow all over your lower lash line as well. Or you can just take a simple black pen, a liner pen. I like to hold the lashes down while I do this because they tend to curl back up. And with a steady hand, just gently go in there and cover up. That. The other thing that helps is if you tight line your upper lash line, which I've already done. I just wanted to show you my pencil, but I've already tight lined it, so that's going to give that illusion of the dark. So that is the easy way to do your eyelashes. Let me move on and I will show you the super easy way to do your lashes. Okay, the super easy way is we're going to start out the exact same way. I'm going to remove that lash from the container there, remove any excess adhesive that's on there, trim off my end, and also trim off that inner quarter there. Now, what we're going to do is one more step with the scissors. I'm going to go right in the center and give it a cut. And I'm going to do it on the band where there's no lashes being grouped together. So I go right there. So now I have two pieces. And what I'm going to do now is I'm still going to put my glue on. I'm going to do one on one section. But this time, instead of going on the underside of it, if you can see this, I'm going on the top part of it. Ooh, I got gloppy there. If you ever get gloppy, clean it off, start over. Do not want that stuff getting stuck to the actual lashes itself. Okay, and then what I do is for that lash, I'm just going to set it back here gently onto that tray thing. Let that get tacky, and I'm going to move on to the second one. Same thing. And again, make sure that you get your ends of it a little bit heavier than you do the rest. And give me 45 seconds or so, and I'll be right back to show you how we're going to do this part. Okay, so if I've had time for the glue to get tacky, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with that inside part that I did. And instead of going straight down on my eye, I'm going to come up from underneath my lashes. So again, I'm going to have my eye open, and I'm just simply going to bring that right up along my lash line. Now to keep this out of your waterline, just go right along your lash line. And put that in place. Now the other one's tacky, so I'm going to just simply do the same thing, but I'm going to come in right next to it. Again, starting at the center and pushing with, then ending with the outside and putting that in place. So look how quick and easy that one went into place. When I close my eye, you don't see any kind of a band whatsoever. The lashes look so much more natural than this, and I don't even have any mascara on yet. This is really long, it's really wispy and very dramatic, whereas this now takes that, shoot. This is why you don't touch them until they're completely dry. That takes those same pair of lashes and turns those into the most natural looking lashes that if I didn't even want to do mascara, I could completely go without mascara. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to give this a chance to dry, and then I'm going to press them together. So again, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've gone ahead and just pressed them together. And actually what I did was I just took my tweezers and just went right along my lash line and pushed like so. So let me close both eyes. Let me zoom in first. I'm going to close both eyes, and then you'll really see a difference along that band as well, and see how natural this eye looks compared to this eye. Okay, let me just go ahead and open the eyes first so you can really see it. And again, I don't have mascara on yet. This is just the lashes themselves. So if we look at this eye that we went on top of the lash line, you can see how this is so much longer and it looks like false eyelashes. Whereas if you look at this eye where we went underneath, it looks like I just did a really good job with my mascara today, to be quite honest. So let me close them. And again, this line, there's no glue that you see, there's no lash line. This one, you can still kind of see it, it pokes through. It doesn't blend in with my lashes as well. So it looks a lot fakier, I should say. So especially when I open my eyes all the way, or if I look down and look up. Look at that. Whoops. Now, while I have you zoomed in, I'm going to put just a little bit of mascara on. Just to kind of blend any of my natural lashes in, because they're not that color, they're not that black. Now this is going to help with this lash line look a lot more natural, but it's still going to be really long. And to me, false eyelash looking. So look at the difference between my two eyes. Let me calm down a little bit. Isn't that a dramatic difference? And again, it's the same eyelash. you saw how quick and easy this one went on, where I've cut it in half and I've gone underneath, and I did struggle with this one quite a bit. So, what do you think? Let me zoom you back out again. Now, if I look at myself right now in the mirror, I feel like this eye almost looks like I have a black eye, kind of. It just looks a lot darker. It looks, again, fakey. It looks like I have on false eyelashes. I look at this one, I think it looks very natural, really good. So hopefully this will make you a little more confident on going in and putting on false eyelashes. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Or if you think this was helpful for you, give it a thumbs up, please. So make sure you also subscribe to my channel. I've got some great things coming out soon, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye-bye.